In this video, we will take a look at the four most common set operations, which are union, intersect, difference, and symmetric difference. And we saw these in the opening video of this section when we used Venn diagrams. Besides these four, there are a handful of other operations that you can perform on sets. And you know what's coming up. You have to go over to your reference workbook, do some research, and populate the examples. There is a link in the workbook to W3 Schools where you can find out more information on each set operation. For now, let's head over to PyScripter. We'll keep it simple here so you get a good understanding for these set operations. If we remember the Venn diagrams from the first video in this section, we had two sets. We'll create a variable called numSet1 and set this to equal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll then create a second set called numSet2, set this to equal 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Both our sets have 5 integers and there is an overlap of 2 of those, and that is 4 and 5. We'll hit enter. Our first example, we are going to union the two of these sets together. We'll create a variable called union. We'll set this to equal our first set, and the union symbol is the pipe character, and we will union it with the second set and hit enter. And now when we print our union variable to screen, we have the union of all the integers. We can see that 4 and 5 overlapped both sets and are represented as unique values, so we have 1 through 8. Next up is intersection. We'll create a variable called intersection. We're going to set this to equal our first set, and the intersection symbol is the ampersand, and we'll intersect with our second set and we'll hit enter. What do you think this intersection is going to return? It returns a set of the overlap between the two sets. 4 and 5 are common to both of our data sets. We will print intersection to screen and we can see we have a set returned containing 4 and 5. We'll now get the difference between our first set and our second set. We'll create a variable called difference and we'll set this to equal our first set minus our second set. I'll hit enter. Difference is the first set without the values of the second set. Our first set has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and our second set has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we took away all the values from our second set from our first, we'd be left with 1, 2, and 3. So let's print the difference to screen, and we can see we have a set containing 1, 2, and 3. Last up for this video is symmetrical difference. We'll create a variable called s_difference and we'll set this to equal our first set. Then we use the caret symbol for symmetrical difference, followed by our second set. The symmetrical difference is basically the union of the sets without the common values. It is the opposite of intersection. So if we got 4 and 5 for intersection, we are expecting 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 for symmetrical difference. Let's print our S difference to screen. We can see that's exactly what we get, all the values except for the overlap. In this video, we dipped our toes into the world of set operations. We saw 4 of them: union, intersection, difference, and symmetrical difference. There are a handful of others which I want you to research and fill in your workbook. And later on in this section, we're going to come across set methods. The set methods are an alternate way to perform these set operations. With set operations, you can use a symbol like the pipe, ampersand, minus, and caret that we saw in this video. And there's also a corresponding set method.